Like the old kung fu videos.
Oh, every time I would talk.
Yeah, like why are you talking to me
afterwards?
Like this?
Like that? Son, those would be the best, though, son. The fight scenes would be the best in those. Son.
Listen, shout out to my older brothers. Shout out to Tommy. Shout out to Rel. Shout out to Ree. They used to stay with a fucking kung fu movie on back in the day, bro.
Yo,
everybody thought
good.
they were either fucking Jackie Chan or Bruce Lee. Jet Li towards the end, but yeah. I was deep into those old kung fu movies and shit. I gotta start watching those again.
Yo, they was good.
Yeah, they need to make a whole streaming platform of just old kung fu movies.
And you know what's crazy? Like when you watch those older kung fu movies, the plot is actually really good.
Yeah.
And they found these actors that they're not Denzel or nothing like
same
that.
Backdrops.
Yo, they be doing what they need, but when they be fighting,
I feel like they shot the same studio.
Absolutely. It's just one big block, and they just go around every block is another scene.
You're gonna have that one building where there's a lady in there washing sheets. She's like, oh!
Or she's not washing them, she's hanging them up to dry, and she still points. It always happens.
Can't fight a lick, but talking the most shit. Like, you're not gonna do nothing. Jackie's in the back drunk.
Yo, they always got the Chi-Chi style women in those movies. Like, yo, because if I wake him up, he'll come out here and beat your ass. But she doing all the talking, and he come out, and it's like damn it.
You don't want no smoke.
None
was worse than, what's the, they made like two of those movies. There was Kung Fu Hustle. And then the other one was like Shaolin Soccer. It was the same actor.
Yeah.
And
that's actually what both of them were.
Was Kung Fu Hustle the one where he didn't realize that he was as strong as he was?
Yes.
And they beat his ass, and that's what unlocked his potential?
You talking about the real movie or KungFu Hustle, the joking movie?
I mean, technically, it was a joking movie.
Okay.
No.
I was thinking, you know which one I'm thinking of, the parody one. Yeah. I was about to say.
Wait a minute, that's not Kung Fu Hustle.
Nah, but
that's Kung Pao.
That's right. It's Kung Pao, yes. With the cow. The cow was fighting and shit. Yeah, my bad.
I used to laugh at that.
Now, the only reason why is because I got those two things mixed up because I thought you was talking about that.
Nigga, I used to be in Kung Hustle dying at that scene, bro. They're like, yo, it's not that
That's
funny.
back when they didn't oversaturate the Matrix effect, so it was still funny. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Bad,
and he started shooting the milk out the udders.
Yeah, my fault. Kung Fu Hustle. Yes, that was the one where he didn't realize how dope he was, basically.
Yeah. And the lady that was like trying to get the rent from him was talking shit
the whole time.
And then her husband ended up being like,
they was nice.
But then they got fucked up.
Yo, because the dudes that they was fighting. Remember, this was supposed to be like in a small, like literally just a little ass town.
Yeah, like an apartment building.
Yeah, literally, it was just an apartment complex, and these dudes in thousands roll up. And what you supposed to do? But then they had the frog dude. He was badass with the flip flops.
Yo, when that
yeah, son, he was tough.
Well, bro, when he jumped in the air and came down and get that nigga a high five.
What was it called? The five fingers of death.
Yeah,
the papoose, the five fingers of death, son.
You don't understand.
That was a good ass movie though, son.
No longer Remy Ma in the palm of his hand.
Nah, that's its own.
Shout out to Papoose, man. Fellas, if you know you're a real one, hold your head up. Don't let these ignorant ass, fugazi ass, devious ass. I got no other.
I was gonna say, you got another adjective to throw in there.
Horrible adjectives to throw towards these nouns. That's what you gonna call her ass.
These nouns.
She's a noun. The fuck. She had the nerve to get online and try to say that, he a bum and all that shit. That nigga held you down the entire time you was in prison.
Listen, you know how that story goes, man.
As soon as he found somebody, it's like, now he a bum.
Now I got receipts and all this.
Yeah.
You know what I didn't like? Listen, people gonna argue, and we didn't ask for this. The common folk, we didn't ask for this. But now that it's just out in the ethers, it's like, I didn't ask for this, and now that it's coming out, it's showing a side of both of them that I thought that y'all was like really happy, but I could tell that there was some resentment there because the way that she's trying to air shit out, you can always tell when a woman is gonna go low once she comes for your manhood. But as soon as she was like, the Mr. Wife or something like that, I was like, see, now this shit is about to go left because you attacking the wrong thing. And from my understanding, why Remy got upset in the first place was because I guess Clarissa Shields had something to say on 105, but from what I saw, and I didn't see the whole thing, I just saw the clip, so maybe I need to do more research. She didn't say anything like disrespectful that warranted this whole like explosion.
You know I'm too tapped in this shit.
Yeah, because you in the industry, Suge.
Listen.
Come to Death Row Records.
Come to Death Row Records. You tired of niggas dancing all the video. Freak offs. The fucked up part is Suge was right about this nigga the whole time.
The whole time, son.
So where it all started off as, I know you watch battle rap, but you're not like heavily into it.
Nah.
So do you know who Easy the Block Captain is?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
You guys might know who Easy is. Easy was on the first season of Bel Air. He played the character that basically chased Will out of Philly.
Oh, okay.
That was him.
Oh, I never saw it.
But other than that, you won't know him unless you watch battle rap and understand the culture of it. Cool. Remy Ma started her own battle rap league. Easy was basically a part of it because Easy had kind of separated from URL. He was having business financial issues with Smack and Beasley. So him and Remy get together to form this league, and apparently they started fucking around. Papoose finds out, beats Easy to fuck up.
Mink, mink, mink.
Mink, mink, mink,
Mink, mink.
How the story goes, Pat asked this nigga as a man, like, yo, you fucking with my wife? If you're not familiar with shit like that and you're not used to dealing with things of that nature, typically the man who is fucking the wife is going to feel like he's here because especially when they're well known like Remy Ma and Papoose. So most women aren't stupid. They're probably going to do it with somebody they feel like can potentially beat their man the fuck up. That's not what happened.
Yeah, she did the opposite.
So Easy probably went into that situation thinking, oh, this nigga fool. I'm about to just be like, whatever. So he tried to downplay like nothing was happening.
I remember all
but
that.
But at this point, Papoose had the evidence of it. It wasn't like, oh, we're going to just talk about it. It was, like you said.
Yeah. So it was on site.
Knocked him the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like, legend has it.
Legend has it. As the legend goes.
Legend has it. He put that man to sleep. Good night. Sleepy the Block Captain.
I'll take a nap here.
You got a nap, Mom? But, so, and then, obviously, battle rap is one of the most, disrespectful things. The battle rappers usually go in, they don't give a fuck about your personal shit. If you give them ammunition, they're going to use it.
Pow, 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 pow.
So, battle after this shit happened, and people just started talking about this. And it was evident and clear that there was something going on between Remy Ma and Easy the Block Captain. But, for a while, Remy would just deny it. But obviously, Papoose is, Papoose still isn't known for, like, just going online and talking his shit out. Yeah. He doesn't do that.
He be mad quiet.
Yeah.
He be mad quiet.
So, behind the scenes, he was gearing up to leave. Everything basically got confirmed once he started showing up with, what's the box girl name?
Clarissa Shields.
Everything started to be confirmed once he started showing up with her. Because at that point, people just believed it not to be true because Remy wouldn't speak on it. Papoose wouldn't speak on it. So everybody just at that point thought it was just rumors, blah, blah, blah. But as soon as he started popping out with this girl, that's when everybody was like, oh shit, Remy did cheat on this. So now, since the narrative flipped and Remy looks like a dickhead, rightfully so, now she's attacking his character. She went after old girl first. So what you saw was old girl responding to something that Remy had said to her prior.
Yeah.
And like you said, it really wasn't that bad. But Remy wanted to one-up it. Like, she made a comment like, oh, I don't need my hands. I got guns. Bitch, you went to jail for like, how long she's in prison? Like 10, 12 years? Why would you even joke about that?
It's like, yo, you don't want to go back. Nobody should want to go back.
Yeah, you threatening niggas who are famous like you. Like... Now if something happens to this girl, guess what the first person they come after, Remy? Smarten the fuck up. So like, I promise you, bro. People play into tropes in hood life all the time. And it's like, yo, just be smarter, bro. Like, understand the big picture of things, and y'all got a kid together. You did what you did. He was being quiet about it. He's moving on. Let that man move on. Plain and simple.
Yo, first of all, the thing that makes it funnier is this was one of those, like, let's say you're watching a movie and you know, you get hit with an ending or a twist in the movie that you did not see coming.
Hold up, I'm gonna let you keep talking. I gotta make sure there's no liquid in my mouth. I have a bad habit of drinking when you're about to say something to make me laugh, and I end up spitting on his mic.
Nah, that's your fault. Yeah, you gotta pause that too.
Hey yo! Hold up. I am so sorry. that was
yo.
That was insane. Scholars, Dante, Marv. Hey yo! I apologize.
That was a wild one.
Yeah. I'm flabbergasted.
Yo, you made me forget what I was about to say. So that shit is crazy.
Dog, I didn't even mean to say that.
Yo, what I was gonna say is
project a liquid onto this mic. I say it like that.
That's not better, son.
That is better.
That's not better, son.
I can't say mic anymore.
Nah, you can't.
Microphone.
Projecting liquid? Come on, son.
Stop it.
Come on.
That's a toothbrush.
Come on, son.
Stop
it. Anyway, what I was gonna say
you got the train of thought back?
Yeah. Okay. It came back.
Okay.
It's like when you watch a movie and the twist happens and you don't expect it to happen or whatever. Like, these were two that I thought was honestly gonna go old and gray together. So when I heard they was getting a divorce, I was like, I don't really care because like I don't know them, but I thought like they was gonna go the distance.
Yeah.
And then the way that it's kind of going now, it's not saddening, but it's like, damn, this is going out like really sad. Because I'm just someone on the outside looking in. They look like they were really happy at one point.
I have a theory, but I don't.
What's that theory? Go ahead, speak on it.
So, Remy got arrested at the height of her career.
Okay.
Lean Back just came out. I think she got arrested like 2 or 3 years later after that, and then she stayed in for a while. She's been out for a while now, but when she was released, it had to have been like 2018, something around there, 2017.
Right. Ish.
So then, she came out, and Pat was able to get her on Love and Hip Hop. Mm-hmm. So now she has even more stardom than she had prior to her getting arrested. Being that she was locked down for so long, she missed the height of her celebrity. Mm-hmm. At that time, Lean Back came out and all that shit, on the Annie Up remix. She was single. She had started dating Pat, but then she got locked up. So she didn't really get the chance to, like, live that life.
Okay.
A part of me feels like this is her reaching for it. And I think she's now lashing out at him now. It's all just my crazy ass thoughts. Mm-hmm. I could be 1,000% wrong.
Yeah.
I think she's lashing out now because a lot of people, and it's not a woman thing, it's not a male thing, it's a person thing.
Okay.
And it's fucked up that people do this. A lot of people will play with people who they feel like really love them with the mindset that person's going to be there for them when they're ready. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not proud of it. I've done that. I've had it done to me. Mm-hmm. So I truly feel like, because that's what it just feels like to me, that she's doing that. But he fucked it up because he met somebody. She's thinking in her brain, oh, this motherfucker loved me. Like, he stayed true and faithful, and I was locked, and he did nothing. Mm-hmm. Made sure my kid was good. The house was good. He's making sure we got money, so now I'm coming home to more than what I had. Papoose ain't putting out no fucking albums. So which that means he's doing smart shit with their bread. Mm-hmm. He's investing into shit. He's flipping shit. Like, he got the family down. So now she's probably thinking, if I go live this other life for a little bit, he gonna let me do that. He a chill dude. He quiet. He not gonna put my business out there. It flipped on her ass.
Okay.
So now that he dating somebody, it's just like, nigga, why you leave? Like, why you go?
Why ain't nobody tell you to really leave? Okay, that's an interesting take. I didn't even think of it like that.
Listen, I got a lot of interesting takes.
I didn't even think of it like that.
You know what's another interesting take?
What's that?
Complete 180. Complete 180. So I think the atoms that makes us, here with each other, talking into these things that project sounds. And
you can
stuff.
just say microphone.
No, because you made me sound like I was crazy.
First of all, I didn't do anything.
Anyway.
I didn't make you sound like anything.
Anyway, so as we sit here and speak into these microphones, the atoms. Stop it. Stop it.
Go ahead, son.
I truly believe that the atoms that makes us were attached to the meteors that killed the dinosaurs.
Wait, what? What's happening now? Okay, hold on.
Hear me.
You're going to have to run it back.
Hear me.
Okay, I'm
That's
listening.
complete 180. It had nothing to do with nothing.
Because this shit definitely came out of left field.
To the left.
I had no idea that this is where you would go.
I was swerving that corner.
I had no idea that this was where this was going.
You say, bitch, hold on tight because I'm No, so hear me, right? Hear me.
I'm listening.
Did we exist with the dinosaurs?
Did we exist with the dinosaurs?
Yes.
From what things have told us, no.
No.
That's, yeah.
Dinosaurs are here, meteor comes, billions of years later, people start to form. Why do you think that happened?
I don't know. You tell me, sir.
I'm telling you, you're not wanting to hear it.
What's that?
What changed?
I don't know.
What changed?
You said people just popped up out of nowhere.
I didn't say people popped up out of nowhere. I gave you where we came from. You said
that we fell off a meteor.
I said
you said the atoms that we exist with in our
organisms,
entities,
the bacteria, whatever, was on those fucking meteors.
Okay, so then I counter by asking you, how does a body form just by so you're saying that all the atoms and bacteriums and stuff collectively formed skeletal and muscular tissue? Do
you believe in the theory of evolution?
I do.
Okay. So there's your answer.
Nah, but see, the reason why I'm having trouble is because you said that the atoms and bacteria, your words, not mine.
What are we made out of? Molecules.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Everything in here has molecules in it, correct?
Yeah. Interesting. I have no way to disprove it. So that's the only reason why. It's like, I mean, I get what you're saying. Yeah. And the craziest part about it is we can have this conversation until we're blue in the face because I really don't know. But I don't necessarily think that atoms off of a meteor are how we came about,
What changed, Dante?
What changed?
When the dinosaurs were here, we were not.
Yes.
They get murked. And then we pop up.
Yeah.
What changed? What's the what they call it in science? What's the variable that's causing all this rift?
The meteor. So we're meteor people?
There you go, meteor man. Woo, shout out to Robert Johnson.
So then, essentially, what you're insinuating is that. Yeah, you're ridiculous.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Is that Adam and Eve formed from the meteor that hit the planet? That's why Adam got his name, Adam, and Eve comes from.
What happens when fire erupts and then the smoke clears? It creates like a haziness in the sky. And then it creates so much of like a atmosphere and a view in the sky that can be similar to what Eve looks like.
Yo, you're so annoying. I was trying to see where you was gonna take that shit.
That's crazy. I really don't like that.
Woo!
Yo, cause I was waiting. I was waiting.
These are just my thoughts.
Yeah, listen.
These are just my thoughts.
Listen. See, you don't want to know my thoughts. My thoughts, they do run weird, but it's like, all right, so I'll do you one better then.
Okay.
Because I can't, again, you would never hear the word crazy or anything come out my mouth. It's more so like, I just want you to explain it. Like, for example, I oftentimes sit around and think, how do people come up, or how did a person or a group of people come up with a classification of like animals, for example? Like, there's a bear.
Yeah.
There's a brown bear, like it's got brown fur.
Hey, this is the type of conversations we need to be having.
Brown bear, right?
Get into this shit.
So then you got the black bear, because obviously, you know, it's a black bear. You know, it's got black fur. But then we get to the white bear, but y'all call it a polar bear. And the reason why is because it's in the polar caps. Okay, I'll get that to you. But then why do y'all call a black bear and a brown bear a black bear and a brown bear, but they don't get like forest bear and like woodland bear?
That's suspicious.
I just want to know why, and again,
you know what's crazy? Polar bears are actually black.
I know, that's the crazy
That's
part.
the crazy part.
So then why won't you call a polar bear a black bear that just lives in the polar area? See, but again, it's all about classification. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because if you think about, like, for example, how do you name a cheetah? Like, what like, you saw this animal, it's got spots, and it looks like a cat, so obviously you're going to put it in the cat family. But of all the things to call it, why did you land on cheetah?
So I'm guessing that they saw that how fast that shit moved and was like, that's fucking cheating. Like, God, why is this thing this fast? That's cheating.
Yo, I fucking hate you, son.
Think about it. No one should be able to move that fucking quickly. Like, if and that shit blows my mind. Like, animals can be really fucking smart. I don't understand how they allowed us to just come and just like push them out of their elements and like force them to be in certain areas.
You know why? Because they don't have and this is just humans. Like, they don't have a consciousness the way that we do. So they don't look at it like, hey, they're standing or they're building on my property. They're just like, oh damn, we gotta move. You know what I'm saying? So,
because if they wanted to wreck shit,
they could.
They could easily wreck shit.
Yo, there's a bunch. We had the conversation about the gorilla. Imagine a family of them niggas going, you know what?
Man, yo,
enough is enough.
That's why I hate movies like Planet of the Apes. Because I'm like, y'all understand that if that shit really happens, we're fucked.
Yo, if they learn how to use guns and ride horses, everything that y'all say we could do, now they can do, but they're stronger. And the super serum is only in the Marvel movies. It's not a real thing.
And they keep their aggression because they're naturally aggressive. Oh, we fucked.
If animals, like, and again, random thoughts, right? If animals had consciousness, there would be a lot to be scared of. And I'm talking about something as small as a praying mantis. Yeah. Imagine a praying mantis going up to his homies and going, yo, you know what we could do? We could jump one of these giants. They can't kill all of us. Have you seen a praying mantis eat before? Bro, they got them big ass claws on the side, right? They grab shit and just start biting. Now imagine you got 100 of those thinking, yo, let's jump him and grab a part of your leg and just start gnawing it. Nah, bro, I'm good. Bro. I'm good. Or another random one. Imagine if those same praying mantis grew to be the size of human beings. You know that we'd be done, right? You know we'd be done, right? You gotta watch shows. You watch Rick and Morty?
Yes.
Yeah, those are the type of shows that I'll be watching. Like, yo, see, this is the way my mind be thinking on like Universal type shit.
Bro, I don't smoke a lot.
That's my joint.
You know that.
I've
watched Rick and Morty high a couple of times. Dog, the fucking mind fuck. Because just how, like, we were talking about Papoose. We didn't even talk about Papoose. Yeah. We were talking about the Knicks.
Yeah, we were supposed to. But you started talking about Papoose and Remy. But here we are.
And then that flipped to dinosaurs somehow. But that's the fucking, the beauty of Rick and Morty. Because just how we just had this conversation, they'll be talking about some episode, and they'll just jump into absolute nothing. And like, what? Like, why the fuck is this happening? This is not how this episode started. Like,
and you know what's crazy on that show? I don't know what season you're on, but I just finished the last season. I think that's season 7.
Yeah.
Yo, they've gone through so many variations of that family that you don't know who the original was no more.
Don't. It's lost.
You have no idea who the original parent is. You don't know who original Jerry is. Like his grandfather.
Yeah.
You have no idea. And it's the craziest part about it.
There was one episode that they switched Mortys.
Yeah. And again, there's an episode where Rick and Morty go to another dimension and kill their Rick and Morty, bury him. And then towards another episode or another season, the whole family does it. So now it's like, so the original Rick and Morty, because the original Rick, I don't know where you are, and I won't ruin it for everybody, but the original Rick is actually not who you think he is. But again, I won't ruin it for others who want to see it. But like, I love the fact that they play on things that make you question. Like, for example, when you watch a Marvel movie and they talk about like multiversal travel and stuff, I don't necessarily think that that's only in movies. I'm one of those people that believe that there are other, like, maybe not necessarily variations of us, but other universes. I believe that.
Universes,
I
yes.
don't believe that we're the only ones like that are like that have coherent thoughts and consciousness and things like that.
Let's get to what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying that there's other living life forms that exist? Or are you saying in our current state that there's another dimension to where you and I are possibly sitting here doing this podcast somewhere else?
Both. I believe, because I find I don't believe we're the center of the universe, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like, do I believe that, yes, we're smart, we're intelligent, a lot of us are strong, whatever you want to throw in those adjectives, but do I believe that we're the only ones? Nah, I have no proof, and I don't know if I'll ever get that proof. Do I believe like it's those like aliens like from the movie Alien? Nah. But do I believe there are other, like, what do they call us? Bipedals or whatever we are because we stand on 2 feet? Do I think that we're the only ones in the entire like universe? Nah.
Watch me blow your mind real
quick. I don't think so.
Watch me blow your mind real quick.
You seen one?
No. Watch me blow your mind real quick. Mm-hmm. If we leave our atmosphere, where are we?
In space.
Where did the meteors come from?
Space.
You truly believe in your heart that there's other living life forms that exist. What if we're not from here?
I mean, yo, son, what if? What if?
I am a Martian.
And I don't know, because the only things I remember are probably from like 4 years old and up. I don't know what happened before I was here. Yo, because if you think about it like this, we talked about this before too.
What if the meteors were spaceships?
See, you getting deep, son. You're gone too far, sir. Area 51 is going to be like, boo, 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 boo. They're going to start Morse coding each other, son.
They about to shut this shit down. Burn this shit down, Pookie.
Run right through the door, son. Like, yo, don't touch the furniture. They just redid everything. Please walk out quietly.
My bad, Marv. I ain't trying to get the studio shut down. I joke.
Wink.
What they don't tell you is that the first snowman was black.
But nah, son, it's one of those where for me, I don't. It only sounds far-fetched because we don't have a way of disproving or proving it either way. It's all about what you think could be a possibility. Because people get together or gotten together over history to say that things are true or false. When the masses say one thing, if you're the minority, you're probably going to get shunned, or they're going to tell you that you're crazy or whatever it is. I don't necessarily think that, again, it's like Martians walking around with the big ass heads and 2 fingers. It could be, but I believe that there are just other, maybe higher forms of even,
but you
of consciousness.
Never mind.
What was you gonna say, son?
Nope.
What was you say it?
Consciously thinking. Mm-hmm. If I say what I was going to say, it's going to lead me down a rabbit hole. I don't need to be in.
Hey, some things some things you just ain't gonna get the answers for, and that's something you gotta accept too, son.
So, but you know what I mean.
Nah, I don't.
Okay, so let's go down this rabbit hole.
We got time? Oh, snap.
Where we at? Yeah, we got a little bit of time. All right. So, are you aware why the what we think is aliens, how they presented them to be like these big monsters? Mm-hmm. You're aware why they did that, right?
Nah.
So this isn't a made up thing. This isn't my opinion. This is things that are actually happening. This goes back to literally biblical times, Roman Empire. It's easier to control people when they live in fear. Mm-hmm. That's why it's certain things in the Bible, and I don't want to offend anybody. That's why there's certain things in the Bible that if you read it, you're like, whoa. Like, damn, I can't do this. If I do that, I'm supposed to be stoned. Like, and it's things that today we'll look at that, like, for example, like, you're not supposed to wear clothing with 2 different types of thread in it.
Yeah.
If you do that, they're supposed to literally stone you to death.
Damn.
If you work on the Sabbath, they're supposed to kill your significant other.
Mm-hmm.
Things like that, right? They're meant to control. They're meant to make you be fearful of it. What they do is like, so when they created the mindset of what the alien is, it makes people not want to search for it.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Because now what you do, if you create, what's happening now? Like, they want us to be stupid. It's easier to control us that way.
Yeah.
I literally shared the video before I walked in here on Facebook of Ronald Reagan literally having a meeting with somebody that when he was president on how they literally were sitting down trying to find ways to control the masses. So this is why people don't realize prior to him becoming president, if you went to a public funded college, it was free.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have to pay for it. He was the president that came and said, ask all that. And in this meeting they did that. And the guy literally, and they have a recording of this. And they also have a physical copy written down, transcribed of this conversation. The guy literally said, if we take their education from them, it'd be easier for us to, control them. What's happening now?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to bring it up or say anybody's names. But when people ask me why am I so amped up and why am I always posting things and why am I always speaking out against it, because I was fortunate enough to achieve an education, get my degree. Both of us. Mm-hmm. Educated Brothers Podcast. But with that, I know you tell me I shouldn't care as much, but it's like, I don't think I'm the smartest person in the world. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of shit that I just look at sometimes, like, how the fuck do people know this?
Yeah.
It's
like, how'd you put those two things together?
Seriously,
that should make sense to you?
Like, how, kids with the blocks sitting there, like, how the fuck do you do this?
Triangle on top of the circle, like, it's not fitting.
But if my brain that doesn't actively think in those parameters at times can piece this shit together to see what's actually happening right now, it truly bothers me that people either choose to ignore it or act like it's not happening. Because those are the only two things now. And you can't say it's not happening. Mm-hmm. It's clear that it's happening.
Yeah.
So if you're saying that it's not happening, you're ignoring it. So it's one or the other. Like I don't believe that anyone truly believes the shit that's going on right now.
Yeah.
I truly believe that they're going to get out of it what they can get out of it, the things that benefit them, and they're just going to ignore the other things.
Yeah.
And that's truly what it is. Like, if you have a conversation with these people, as much as I do, you'll get out of them exactly what you're looking for. Mm-hmm. So people ask me all the time, like, oh, you talk to them a lot up there. I'm like, it used to be me going at their necks. But then to understand why somebody's doing something, you have to start actively having conversations with people.
Yeah.
So then in me constantly talking to people who side that way, it's evident. Oh, you're just getting what you can out of this. Survival of the fittest. So it's fuck everybody else. You want to get yours, and that's why that sounds good to you. Mm-hmm. That's all it is. So going back to this whole alien thing, it's a circle.
It's a circle.
Going back to this alien thing, if I say, oh, outside of what we live on Earth is these scary green-ass monsters, that's never going to make you want to actually go beyond that and see what's what. Mm-hmm. But now, if we're in control and we can see that something's out there, and you can see there's potentially something better than what we have here, you're not going to want to get educated enough to go try to find it.
Yeah.
You're going to want to stay in your bubble. I believe in God, but I'm not one of those people who just flat out deny science. And I don't understand that. Like, do I believe there's a higher power? Absolutely. Do I believe in the theory of evolution? Absolutely. Why can I not believe in both?
This shouldn't have to be one or the other. Life is gray as it is, right? There's a lot of not just black and white. Like, there's a lot of middle ground. There's a lot of, I don't know. I think like the complexity of thinking is like, or accepting another thought is understanding that two things can be right at the same time. Like, that is a possibility. One doesn't have to be more right than the other, or someone doesn't have to be wrong. It's just you view it this way, I view it this way, but we end up at the same direction, right? It's like if we were to take a math equation and the way I do it is different than how you do it, but we still get the same answer. Cool. Like, if necessary, like, let's say, like you said, you believe in both. Why can't you believe in both and still be a good person at the end of the day and still have things aligned with
Plain and simple.
What you're reading in the Bible and what you feel about in terms of what your thought process is? Because you don't want to just limit it to saying like, oh no, this has to be it. Because like you said, it says in there, honor thy mother and thy father. And if you don't, you should be getting stoned as well. Kids disrespect their fathers and mothers every single day. So
I'm
we
not
should be
proud
out
of
here.
it. I've done that to
You
my
know what I
mom.
mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, should you have been? But in those times,
She smacked the shit out of me. But
yeah, I mean, it comes with repercussions, bro. You're not gonna just do some shit and not get away with it.
Freedom of what?
not over here, it ain't. But at the end of the day, it's like you were saying, like a group of people decided, yo, you should not do that based on what we're all saying. And again, I'm not going left or right in terms of how a person should think. I'm just saying that's how it was. Scripture and things was given to us by God, but written by man. It was in man's handwriting. Who's to say that a dude wouldn't just go, you know what, let me tweak this a little bit.
And truth be told, that's why they burnt the original copies of the Bible, so they can tweak it to what they wanted to see fit, so they can be able to manipulate the people who follow them.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that any one way is left or right, but at the same time, we don't always know what we're being given. Like, we're being given what we've been given. You don't know what you don't know, is the best way to put it.
And that's why I hate when people take what they want out of it and then try to abuse people over it.
Don't do that, yeah.
Like, no.
Because again, that's going against what you're trying to say you're for. And again, I just believe, even if you don't necessarily believe in something, being a good person is just something that you should strive for. Like, treating somebody else with respect, treating somebody else the way that you would want to be treated. Like, I know they said it when you're a kid, treat others how you wanted to be treated, but like, that's the truth. If you want to be talked to a certain way, you should talk to other people the same way that you want to be talked to, just so you can garner that respect from another person. You shouldn't have to go, oh, I'm only going to respect you if it says that I should. Like, nah, you should probably do that just to be a good person. Like, being a decent person is also just something that you can strive for within yourself. You don't necessarily need a guide or a rule book or however you want to view certain things. You could just use it and say, I'll use this as a baseline, but at the end of the day, I want to be this kind of person. Like, I want my character to show this kind of thing.
But the fucked up part is, being good is kind of against human nature. Like, it sucks to say it, we're naturally horrible towards each other. Like,
yeah, history will show you that. Like,
the fucking gun, the gun itself was created so we can be horrible.
so you
to
could
each other.
kill another person. Like, that's what it was. The design was for.
Seriously.
But why was that designed? Because we're gonna be going to war. Why do we need to go to war? Because we don't agree on something, or I want this one thing over that.
What it also does is it created this level of bitch assness. Like, I hate when niggas I know who can't fight just start talking about shooting people, and I'm like,
Yeah, what else you want them to talk about? They're not gonna talk about fighting.
no, give me the benefit of the doubt. If you a nigga who could knock somebody out and then you say that, kudos to you. But don't be in my face, you know, $125, like, I'll fuck you up. No, you're not.
No,
You're
you
just going to go to your car.
No, you wouldn't.
I don't have time for this. I'm not even going to respond to you because you're talking to me like you got a weapon on you. Like, let's be real.
Like, there's something I should be worried about right now.
Let's be real. You think Remy Ma's going to say half the shit she's saying if guns didn't exist? That man is dating a heavyweight champion.
A professional boxer. Literally, her hands are certified weapons.
You think in a million fucking years, if guns didn't exist, Remy Ma would be online talking shit like this?
Bing, bing.
I'm
What Kendrick say? Boom, bop, bam, bop, boom, bop, bam.
gonna be the one like that type of shit you gonna do. She wouldn't understand. She wouldn't understand. Dog, yo, this episode took a complete turn. And and it's completely my fault.
No, but you know what? It's all good because it got me off of. There it goes. It got me off of what I actually wanted to think about, and maybe I shouldn't think about it. You know?
So I did you a favor.
Yeah, you did. Because I'll check the scores once everything is done.
Knicks in 7.
Delirium? No, I don't think that's the word I need to use right there. But
It's Livio side.
yeah, let me. I'm gonna be delirious just a little bit more, and then because at the end of the day, like being honest, they just got together this year to get to this, like to the Eastern Conference Finals with a team that y'all really just kind of worked together in terms of the stars. Like y'all only really been together for like a full on, let's call it 2 years, maybe 1.5 years in terms of collectiveness. It's something to be proud of.
It is. And you got
but they went. You know what? It went left. And I think you brought this up too. As soon as they started throwing trash, once we beat the Celtics, I feel like that was karma coming back around. Like, hold up, let me humble y'all because y'all forgot.
I don't think it's that either.
I think y'all forgot.
It is, and you said it last episode. We need to get. Yeah, I need to get.
Oh,
I just said we.
Yeah.
Oh no.
See, told you, bro.
Oh no.
I don't know why you would welcome this stress and struggle into your life.
No.
It's not very fun over here, sir.
Am I a Knicks fan?
You might be. You might be.
I was really mad the other day.
I know. You know what it is? It's that underdog story, that team that just hasn't won anything in a while. You felt like what is it called? Trauma bonding? Yeah, that's a real thing. You trauma bonded from the Jets to the Knicks. And I wouldn't wish that on you.
Shit. Am I a Knicks fan?
You might be. And listen, if you were part of this struggle beforehand, you can't leave now because you've been a part of it.
I used to root so heavy against y'all.
You walked into the door, you saw the chaos and said, I could sit here for a little bit. And then they locked the door from the outside. Welcome. It's you see what we're going through.
God. I do like the colors.
Well, with that being said, and Sean's realization that he's now actually a Knicks fan, it just took him a little while to understand. It's okay. It's okay. There's a group that meets every Friday at 7 o'clock. But with all that being said, go Knicks.
Listen, also, we gonna figure this out, scholars. It's gonna be a few episodes where I might not be here. Dante's gonna be holding the fort down.
Yeah, we're gonna have some substitute teachers here.
But the show will go on.
It will, because you know why? It's a circle.
It's a circle.
It's always a circle.
And not my stomach. I'm gonna lose this weight.
Oh my God. But with that being said, no talent beats. Play us out, brother.
No talent beats.
Only in America.